So, week 4 is upon us, and for the Chicago Bears, they're going to be looking to rebound from that embarrassing loss to the Cleveland Browns when they face the Detroit Lions at home at Soldier Field. In this video, I'm going to give you all 5 keys that the Bears should do to be able to win this game. So, without further ado, let's get into it. What's up, guys? KT here, back at it with another video. Another prediction video. Hopefully I get a good prediction this video. You know, last week I didn't have the greatest prediction. I thought the Bears would win that game. But, you know, predictions don't always go the way you want to. So let's try to change that in this video. So, first point. The obvious point that I've been saying for the past 2 weeks is running the ball efficiently. Detroit Lions have not played bad. They have played very well. And part of that is because they've stopped the run very well, at least in my opinion. If you can establish a run game against this Lions team, it will greatly suck the energy out of the Detroit Lions defense, and especially their back seven. Last week, the Bears did not run the ball efficiently. That contributed to why they lost. They only had 32 yards on the ground. So you can contribute that to why they lost. But it's a new week and you're going against a new team. Detroit Lions are definitely not bad, especially on defense. They've played some very close games, but I think if you can run the ball against this team, you'll have a better chance to win against them. So, that brings me into point 2, is that play to your quarterback's strength. The Lions, in my humble opinion, do not have not only the most experienced secondary, but they do not have a very good secondary. So, you should take advantage of that by playing to your quarterback's strengths. Now, obviously, at this moment, we do not know who the starting quarterback is. We do not know if it was Andy Dalton. We do not know if it's Justin Fields. We do not know if it is Nick Foles. Regardless of who's quarterbacking, you should play to their strengths. Attack that Lions secondary. I think if they can at least get just take one shot downfield with whoever, preferably Justin Fields, but with whoever, take one shot downfield and open up that passing offense. It'll make your life a lot easier than just throwing the ball beneath the sticks, because let's be honest, the Lions played the Ravens very well, even with the quarterback. But at the end of the day, it came down to Lamar Jackson making plays, throwing the ball downfield. So I think if they can do that, it will set them up for a win. That brings me into point number 3, which is get your receivers and tight ends more involved. And you're probably asking yourself, KT, why? I feel like we're getting our receivers well involved, we're just not getting them involved in the right places. To me, if you only throwing 5 yards against this Lions defense, which has played very well, you will not move the ball with how things are going for the Bears. And what I mean by that is especially your tight ends, they need to get more involved in the offense. They need to get more catches. They need to be sent more than 5 yards downfield. That is not, look, Cole Kmet is a great tight end with a lot of talent, like I've said before. He should at least be going at least 15 yards downfield. Jimmy Graham in the red zone is a beast, and he'll be able to post up those little small corners for the Lions. And your receivers, you have a lot of speed, barring Allen Robinson. You have a lot of speed with Mooney, Goodwin, Bird, and others on that roster. You have a lot of speed on that receiving core, and I think they're not using it to their fullest potential. They're not using it to their advantage. This Marquise Goodwin can burn anybody. Darnell Mooney can burn anybody. Demille Byrd can occasionally burn anybody. So the fact that you're not going against the Browns secondary makes this a lot easier, and it should make it a lot easier to throw downfield and get chunk plays. I'm not saying the Lions secondary is bad. I just don't think they're as good as the Browns or as experienced as the Browns secondary. So if you can at least take the top off at least twice, that will give you a lot better. It'll give you a much better chance to win this game and get your tight ends involved. So basically, do the things that this team was built to do. Stretch the ball downfield and use your tight ends in the red zone. Point 4. Outcoach the opposing coach. And what I mean by that is have better play calling. Coaching matchup in this one, obviously you have the first year head coach Dan Campbell on the opposite side for the Lions. Hasn't done a too bad job. They've lost very close games. He's made Jared Goff look very good, at least to me. And he's made this Lions team look much better than what it should be. To be honest, this Lions team should really be at least 2-1. They barely lost against the 49ers. They barely lost in heartbreaking fashion against the Baltimore Ravens. This team really should be 2-1, but due to the twisted luck that they have, they're 0-3. But they're a very solid team, and Dan Campbell is doing a very solid job with his coaching. That being said, Matt Nagy needs to do the same thing. This team should at least be 2-1. You know, they had no chance to win that first game. They won their second game against the Bengals. They should have won this Browns game. It starts with coaching. Dan Campbell is going to have his players ready to play because they're desperate for a win. They come into Soldier Field, they have nothing to lose except another game. They're about due for a well-deserved win. The Bears, especially Matt Nagy, needs to come up with a specific game plan for whoever is running this offense. Last week's game plan was not good. So, that's okay. We can think about it this week. Going into the next game, you should be calling better plays. Use your tight ends. Run play action. Get your quarterbacks out of the pocket. Don't let them stand there forever. Make sure you run the ball efficiently. And just overall, call good plays. You should not be running toss plays on 3rd and 2. Outcoach the other coach. Yeah, I know Sean Desai is going to outcoach the Detroit Lions defensive coordinator. That's without saying. So, basically, just get your team ready to play. I think I am on point 5 right now, and that is defense should do the same thing they did last week. I do not see, as good as the Lions have been offensively, I do not see the Lions scoring more than 20 points this game. The Bears defense has played very well. Up to this point, they have responded to criticism. Robert Quinn has been a monster. Khalil Mack has been a monster. The secondary has played very well. They played very decent in these past 2 games. They're just doing what they're asked to do, and some of the situations the defense has been put in has put them at a disadvantage. That being said, I know Sean Desai will come out with a game plan against Jared Goff. The Bears defense has seen Jared Goff before. They know what he can do. They played against him enough times to know that his skill set is, I wouldn't say limited, but it's not as like you're going against Joe Burrow or Matthew Stafford. So, defense should be game planning, and they should be coming out strong like they did last week. Get those 2-3 sacks in like the second quarter. Get those turnovers. We need some more turnovers. Stop the Lions' run game. DeAndre Swift will be starting, and you've seen him before. Stop their run game. He's a very solid running back. So, if the defense comes out and plays like they did against the Browns, I think the Bears can get the win. With that being said, the final score of this game, to me, will be 20-17 Bears. I see the Bears rebounding from their loss last week. I want to see the Bears, especially Matt Nagy, redeem himself for last week. Because if you don't, there's most likely going to be changes. And if they lose at home to the Lions, who have barely lost their last 3 games, that's a demoralizing loss, and it puts you way behind in the standings. So ultimately, I think the Bears win this game. I think they'll do enough to not only stop Jared Goff and the Lions offense, but do enough to at least test the Lions defense and score a good amount of points. Not saying they're going to go out there and score 35 points, but they should at least score enough to win. So, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you leave a like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe. Hit that subscribe button, people. It helps the channel grow. Make sure you hit that notification bell so you'll get notified every time I drop a new video. Follow me on social media. The links will be in the description, as I will be tweeting live during the game on Sunday. And I'm out. Peace.